Mr. Musk did not build Tesla. It did not. He bought it out of cash. They went to see Rick Wagner of General Motors to sell it. He did not take it. Mr. Musk bought it. He advertised it. He showcased it with Schwarzenegger, Governor of California, and his expertise is a scale of fast, software-defined factories. So let me define what's a software-defined business. Software-defined device, software-defined equipment. Software-defined means first, and please note, I don't invent this. This is all here. First and foremost, knowing what the customer will do with it. What the customer need, it will satisfy. What the customer experience it will have. That's your job. It's not the job of the Chief Digital Officer. Which customer? What's the need? What's the pain point take out? How to make the life easier? Customer experience, customer need, customer usage. You must define it. Second is to say, to do this, what software to be used. There your CDO will help you, Chief Digital Officer. That defined first, and then you choose the hardware. The legacy people defining the hardware first, then the software. It will not work. Because of the digitization, you are defining what the customer is, customer pain points, customer's difficulty, customer's hassles. Which software allows you to do personalization for each customer that we could not do before. Am I clear of software-defined company? Everybody clear? Now, please note this very carefully, because in my life I'm allowed to do that with real companies, including healthcare companies, some of the largest in the world. The first part, why are we doing this? We're doing it to improve the business. Business revenues, cost, market share, customer satisfaction. You know all those things. That's for you define that. Improve cycle time, improve productivity, improve innovation. But do you see the last line? Customer, customer, customer. Amazon for us, personalized. Flipkart for us, personalized. Netflix for us, personalized. Kindle for us, personalized. ABC television is not. Clear? NBC is not. CBS is not. It will decline. Because it cannot personalize. But there are other tools that personalize. So we say, you define what do you want. Example I give you now. Revenue. I have a company, its revenue is 100 million. This is in China. And here we say that I need to take this revenue to 10 billion. In 5 years. The first thing you say, are you out of your mind? Yes, you're right. Out of your mind. Can't be done. You're right. Because you have a mental constraint, you don't know AI, you don't know how to build the engine. You know when OpenAI came? OpenAI, you know what I'm talking, all of you? How long did it take for public to know there is something called OpenAI? Fast. It got to billions of people in no time, so to speak. ChatGPT, those who know how to use it, is happening 24/7 every second. By how many people? Zillion people, isn't it? So we say, Ram, you mean 100 million it can? I say, yeah. But what you have to do? Define, individualize, personalize the customer, consumer, patient data, define what are those pain points and so on. And there could be 10 pages of it. Don't be lazy just putting one sentence, then you don't know anything. So I have a small company in London, I'm on the board, and they're doing the payment system. The CEO personally, with the CDO, watching the behavior of these micro companies and release their pain. And they're having 2 years, they've shown market value from 200 million towards 10 billion. I just came out of the board meeting. So raise your imagination. There are plenty of stories available to you. Get them out, learn about them. That this is not a hollow talk. This is not a dream you can't have, because this has been established. Jeff Bezos, Amazon, I was beginning to follow him in 2013. And here you can see that, how he was growing at 35% per annum with the increasing margin and increasing cash. You can project it. He's about 600 billion. His calculation in 1998 was to be $1 trillion company. Nobody would believe him that you will be $1 trillion in sales company, because the machine runs. And that's why this is there. So, software-defined company, define what you need. That's your job in great detail. How does it go to $1 trillion? Here is the secret. A superb unknown professor in Nebraska figured this out. I had never known him, but I was very impressed. Many of us who have gone to college have learned law of diminishing returns. That means you grow at some point and then the returns begin to go down. This is the law of increasing returns. This is the thing I want all of you to really digest this. This is what this software has done in the world. That more people use it, more data is created, more benefit is created. More benefit creation is the foundation for creating the market cap. So here, if you see the curve going up, that you make the investment, which is the horizontal line, and then it goes up, because if your price remains the same, but the cost incremental is close to zero because of this software. Everybody clear? Cost of the incremental is zero. They call marginal cost. Now, how many of you drink something like a Starbucks cafe, something like this? So Starbucks has now 12 million coupons, personalized, sent in the world every day. What is the cost of those coupons? Zero. It builds brand. So this is the exponential curve that creates the $1 trillion market value. Am I coming out clearly? Everybody gets it? It's common sense, it's verifiable. You can look at it, look at the company, look at their records. They did the customer side. I gave my head to Jeff Bezos, who is a computer nerd, but a great businessman. His was better, faster, cheaper. Totally immersed about the customer. Every 2 weeks they had, in those days, 62 pages of data. And he will detect one customer unhappy. He will assign a senior people and say, find out why. Don't fix it. Find out why. And we're going to change the process. And that's how this machine began to run. They spent a lot of money in technology. So that's the reason of the law of increasing returns that gets you to that market cap. So how to do it? You cannot eat the whole elephant in one bite. It's a very good known universal truth. You got to go into pieces. So which piece first? To define what's the output going to be. So you have many ways to do that. In many companies that I am in, we start with the vendor. It's a discrete activity. In construction companies, 70%, 80% of the revenue is in raw materials. So there's a great company in India, I'm a great fan of it. It's called Larsen and Toubro. How many of you heard of Larsen and Toubro? I think it's a great company. I met the CEO and so on to learn, do some research. And he started 5 years ago to put the digitization. He recruited 9 people full-time, recoded everything, the data, because the data in most companies is in a terrible shape. So you got to fix the data architecture. And then he got those people and they cleaned up the data. They learned what was going on in the previous 10 years, recoded each item, and then put the platform in, just like we have the platform in Mayo and the Secretary, Mr. Amitesh Singh. All that he put together, and then you begin to see the savings are in hundreds of millions of dollars a year. And then what he did, he already had this technology group, then he bought a technology company, AI technology company, merged them together to get public. India, not somewhere else. We can do that. We can start anywhere. So second part is that they did it vendor. I like you to also think carefully, should I do with the customer first? And I think we should seriously consider that. Because if you get the customer data, then you know, are you solving the customer pain point? Are you not? Should you change? And then you need experts who will get the data architecture right. It's an expertise. I don't have it, but there are experts. Now, a question came to me from a multi-billion-dollar company. Should we do internally? That's one. Proprietorship. Should we get big companies to do it for us? Accenture, McKinsey, Bain, or a third option. Let's get 5-10 people inside who are real experts, and let's get a small companies, less than 100 employees, and make them a partner and a stable. So we have 3 options. At JP Morgan, you all heard the name, 57,000 people, began long time. Then I have a company where only initially 12 people, and then they build it. So I served on the board of a company called Renew. Anybody heard of Renew? It's the number 1, number 2 company in the wind and solar in Delhi. It's one of the original ones where I'm very proud to say that this is founded by a professional to be promoter. I like to see professionals becoming promoters. He literally is a promoter, but his life has been professional. He builds it, grows it. So initially, about 7 years ago or so, he gets a small company from Gurgaon. I don't think they have more than 25 people. And he gives the assignment that the wind blade loses energy for a variety of reasons. Figure it out, which they did very well. So he bought the company for $2 million. And now, you can do that. So look, what option is good for you. Don't discard the option to get these 50, 75 people outsourcing companies. They devote their heart to it. They will do it. They will challenge the old wisdom. But you must define what the customer needs. What's your revenue targets? What's your cycle time target? You have to define that. And they put them in India. India is rich on that basis. Please note the word speed. Can you see that? It is the highest speed, best execution company on the planet today. You can argue about Tesla could be, but he's little irrelevant. Otherwise, I put Tesla on it too. Speed is a competitive advantage. Speed creates extraordinary value. And then you see, they digitize and choose which way. They actually pick a captain for the team. The management picks the captain for the team. It's not a democracy. And the team captain picks, with the approval, the team composition. Usually about 6. Then you increase it. I personally followed them. And they are full-time, not part-time. It is a huge point. We'll show you a little clip. Please get the clip ready. You can have in-house, you can outsource, partner of choice. But the most important part is what reviews you have. How thorough are they? How you can shift gears. So you look at Zuckerberg in Meta. He recognized desktop is gone. It has to be mobile. He takes a stand, says nobody in his company will work on the desktop. Dictatorial, clean. So the people are free to go to the new one, and therefore adjusting your people to do the next thing you want to achieve. So here is a huge need to publicize internally, externally, factually, what are you doing, so that people get with it. It's a natural rule in every company that I know, no matter what the culture is. People will ride the bandwagon of success. You show success, has to be honest, has to be trustworthy. You will change lots of minds to get on the success bandwagon. That's why communicate, communicate, communicate. Speaking of the game, I'm thrilled to see from our secretary from the electronics, Mr. Singh, huge things are going on and fantastic. I see Mr. Manish Goyal from Rio, fantastic that the service got the data. We cannot complain about the data in healthcare anymore because we have a supporter all the way through. I have a view, I know it, what kind of data they have. Use it, so long you qualify for it. Learn what AI can do. This is what I want to recommend all of you. I'll give you one, see if I come through. If not, forgive me, because I just did this in China. This is a company that has 10 factories. Beijing, Shanghai. Their factories are slaughterhouses. You know what I mean? Pigs, they split, they sell. So you have to ship the meat within the 24-hour period. It's a commodity business in Tokyo. So the team came in and they brought one subsidiary executive with the salesperson, executive, and the production guy. So what they do, they start 10 o'clock in the morning, and by 4 p.m. they announce the prices. They only have 2 products, product A, product B. Everybody got it? And then 8 o'clock they know what orders came in, so they know how much capacity is not used. They also know the daily fixed expense. Next morning, 10 o'clock, they meet again, and they say, how do we fill the excess capacity? So they change prices, and they do it again, and by 4 p.m. it's over. So if the capacity is not used, prices are wrong, you incur a big loss. And they've been doing it and incurring a lot of losses. So in this particular game, the founder who I've known, I've been on their board for 10 years, and so they said, we really need to fix this. So fine, how do we do that? So here, first, you price for product A, price for product B. Everybody got it? 2 decisions. You have the daily expense, you got a third decision. You have a total capacity for the day by ton, 4 decisions. Then we say we must not produce product A less than this, product A no more than this, Product B no less than this, no more than this. So we have 4 more decisions. Altogether there were 7 decisions. Mind can't do that. So we put through the algorithms, answer came in 4 minutes, and they showed in the first iteration 100,000 renminbi loss. That's big. And everybody looking at it, and say, yeah, that's true, this is a loss. So I said, fine. So I talked to the subsidiary executive. I said, change any of those 7 items that you promised to deliver. They huddled together, they did it, changed it, run it. This is done within an hour. The loss goes to 40,000 revenue. So we look at it, can you deliver? So yes, because we know within 24 hours. I want you to know, OpenAI, you can be $1 billion business, so long you take those steps. Because the power of software is huge. Is a speed like a speed of light. Can do that. And then we say AI itself is growing. We haven't seen the mathematics yet. 179 billion is going to go to trillion. It has almost endless. What's happening? And then we see speed and scale measures. That's what it does to get the marginal cost to be 0. And then we say my original data. My request, lift your aspirations. Learn the power of basics. Wherever you can see data comes in, data used, there's interaction, we can go and now we can test it very quickly through OpenAI to ChatGPT. That's where we are going. India on fire. Indian people running these software